Hello everybody and welcome to Mark Goldbridge, That's Football. Hope you're doing well. Chelsea versus Spurs is our game here. Unfortunately, being a little bit late, we haven't missed any goals. Or I haven't missed any goals. So that's always a positive. Just a little bit late, obviously, because of that fantastic late winner for Manchester United. Big up Manchester United and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer for that. Hope you're all doing well. Let's settle in for what's going to be a big game in this. Just still trying to digest the fact that Man United have won that game. But we are live now and I hope you're doing well. And settle in for it. I'll go through the team news in a minute. Please subscribe if you're new, bottom right hand corner. I've got to move a few things about as well, as I can see already here that we've got a few things that are in the wrong place. But all of it is easy to sort. Werner there, headed away. Right, let me just get all these in the right place because we're literally moving from one stream to another stream and the score was not like that. Spurs coming forward here with Reguilon into Harry Kane, into Bergwijn. Oh, I tell you what, that would have been a good time to start the game. Puts it over the bar. But it's been a decent game. I've been watching it whilst I've been setting up for this and... I mean, the evolution of Spurs under Jose Mourinho is a weird one, isn't it? And I think that's, in a good way, it's a weird one. I don't think anybody expected Spurs to be doing what they're doing. They beat Man City last week. They deserve to win that. And they're giving a good account themselves here against Chelsea. And, you know, Chelsea, Lampard against his Jedi master, I suppose, in Mourinho. So that's 0-0 there. The timer is going to be a mess here, I'm afraid. I will try and sort it out for you, but I've got a new timer, but it's a weird timer in the sense that it doesn't allow me to start it in the right place. So 0-0 is the score here at the moment, and I'm just going to tweet this out as well. So which way are we going with this one? I'd love a draw. I'm not going to lie. I would love to see a draw in this one. Maybe, and at a push, a Spurs win. I don't really want Chelsea to win because I think they're going to be hard to stop. But Spurs looking good on the attack here at the moment. I've got to be honest. Okay, so I'm basically starting the timer from there, but it's 10 minutes behind. And in the second half, I'll be able to sort it out. So it's 10 minutes behind. So just add 10 minutes to that timer in the corner. Chelsea got a 3v2 here. Into Werner, he's going to have to score, and he does score. They want an offside. I think he is offside, but it was a lovely finish by Werner. It came to him on the left-hand side of the 6-yard box, and he just curls it in off the far post, but he was offside. I do want to go through the team news, of course, but Chelsea just got themselves into this position where they were a 3v2, and Werner is offside. You can see that by a long way, but his finish is brilliant. From the angle there, what a finish. But it won't count, but it's a lovely finish. So Chelsea got Mendy in goal, James, Zuma, Thiago Silva and Chilwell, Kovacic, Kante and Mount, Ziyech, Abraham and Werner. Havertz is obviously on the bench, as is Pulisic and Jorginho. So good players on the bench for Chelsea. Tottenham have got Lloris, Aurier, Rodon, Dyer, Reguilon, Sissoko, Højbjerg, Son, Ndombele, Bergwijn and Kane. So Rodon starting for Spurs. Sanchez on the bench. Alderweireld obviously out. Gareth Bale on the bench. Lo Celso on the bench. Lucas Moura on the bench. And Alves Marais on the bench as well, which is that Vinicius striker. So both teams with strong benches, which is good to see. Cavani equals Hawkeye, says George Kyle. But 0-0. It's 0-0. And we're all set, which is good. So yeah, don't take any notice of the timer. It's 10 minutes off, but I'll sort it out in the second half. I can't do anything about it now. Mark helped us. Tarzan helped us to get 3 points, and you can do with celebration the bow and arrow, says Arturo. I've just done it. Kevin Friend is the referee, says Shankar. You know what? I don't even really know what Kevin Friend looks like. He's just my nemesis on FIFA 21. Career mode is back tomorrow, Luke, with us at 3:30. Looking forward to that. Episode 1 of Season 3. 2 times Champions League winner, but it's got to be about the Premier League this year. Ronaldo's retired, but we've got Haaland up front. But anyway, on with some real football. We're 12 minutes in here, and looks a very equal game. It'd be a massive 3 points for whoever wins it. Whoever loses it, it'll be a bit of a blow. Which is why I think a draw would be a good result for everybody. But both giving a good account of themselves at the moment. Nice little ball by Ndembele. Gets it wide. Bergwijn. Good cross. And well headed away by Thiago Silva. That'll go for a corner. It was a lovely cross. Did you see Van der Beek's ankle? Will he start against PSG? Says Liam Honeyben. Well, I'm hoping it's just a swelling, because that could be a real blow to lose him for something like that long. Here's a corner for Spurs. Let's see what happens with this. Son puts it in. Headed away by Tammy Abraham. Sissoko kicks thin air. Oh, what a shot that was. I think it was was it Aurier? Edge of the box. Good save low by Mendy. I think that might have been a better save than it actually looked. It was a shot from the edge of the box for Aurier. And keeper just palming it away to his right-hand side. Looked pretty decent, to be fair. Spurs are looking good in this game. Nice little ball into Harry Kane. Gets it wide to Aurier. He'll have a look into Son, who's in the box. They're moving it around very, very quickly. Not Mourinho-esque. Not Mourinho-esque. I tell you what, I hope this is a cracker tonight, because I can't wait to watch Match of the Day. Lovely ball into the box there to Højbjerg. And Bergwijn goes for a reverse chip. Comes to the edge of the box. And Dembele. They move the ball around so well, Spurs. I'm really impressed. Very impressed with them. Leicester versus Fulham watch along, says Sahil. I don't know when that is. Hey, King Kong says they're an Arsenal fan and they hope this game ends with a draw. You've got to hope, haven't you? You've got to hope. Oh, what an afternoon it's been. It's been fantastic. That Manchester United game, I just can't wait to watch Match of the Day. Massive 3 points for us. If we win our game in hand, we would be basically on 19 points, which puts us 2 points behind Spurs. Obviously, if 2 points behind Liverpool. If Spurs were to win this game today, they would go to up to first place on 23 points, which would put them, But Spurs have got some tough games to come. I think they've got Arsenal next week. I'm not doing Arsenal versus Wolves watch along, Ryan. No, it's just too much. Too much. Can't sit and do 3 games in a row. I've got 5,500 people watching, which is fantastic considering we started a little bit late. So thanks everyone tuning in. Please share the video. You can share it on Twitter and Facebook through the share button. Make sure you subscribe if you're new. Lots of watch alongs. Lovely ball by Kane there. Looking forward, but Son was offside. Will there be a watch along for the North London derby next week? I'll just double check, mates, because I don't know what December fixtures look like. Depends if they clash. With what I'm doing. Yes, there will, because it's next Sunday and Man United are playing on the Saturday. So yes, there will. Arsenal, yes, next week. Yeah. Where do people stand on the Mason Mount thing for Chelsea? I mean, I know he's a big favourite of Southgate, but he's a huge fan of Lampard's, or Lampard's a huge fan of his. And you've got Kai Havertz, who's cost a lot of money, who is now residing on the bench for Chelsea. Is that the right thing to do? And what do people think about Mason Mount? I think he's okay. I think he's a bit overrated, to be honest with you, but he's one of those. He's amazing off the ball, says Sage. There won't be an Arsenal watch along after this game, no. I'm probably going to play a bit of FIFA on Twitch, which I've dropped the link in the video description. I'm going to play a bit of Ultimate Team because I can't sit and watch 3 games. Can't be arsed. Reese says, I hate him. He's an awful player. Mount's better than Van der Beek, says CRS. And Havertz is so much better than Mount, says Elias. Havertz had Corona, says Skipper 1006. Mount okay, but Havertz is well better, says Charlie Jensen. There you go. Have a little bit of a stretch. Well, it's a good game. It's a good intensity and good speed to this game so far, and I hope it can stick like that. I must admit, it's been a good one so far. Your clock is off by 10 minutes, says Dylan. We know. You need to add 10 minutes onto the clock because I was 10 minutes late, and when I start my timer, you can't change the numbers on it, which is a bit annoying. So I literally have to start my timer on time. Otherwise, it's late. So we'll sort it out for the second half. Thiago Silva is already Chelsea's captain because he deserves it. Why United won't do obvious thing regarding captain's armband is frustrating, says Tim Z34. I think that's a really good point, actually. Why can we not just give him the captaincy? And I know you're talking about Bruno. I think Thiago Silva was a risk, though. And look, a bit like Cavani, really. They don't look like a risk at the moment, but he still could be a risk. But I just thought that his age in the Premier League, it was a bit of a risk, but he seems to have adapted really, really well. But Rome wasn't built in a day. What's he going to do when they're playing away to Stoke on a dark, cold January night? Nothing, because the Stoke aren't in the Premier League. A few people saying, what do you think about Manchester United's result? Fantastic. I mean, look, I said after the Everton game, I'm just going to sit and relax and enjoy it. If Ollie falters, then we'll get a new manager. If he succeeds, we will benefit. And at the moment, he's succeeding, and I'm enjoying it. And I'm just, we've got another tough game on Wednesday. There's nowhere to hide for Solskjaer now. He's got to keep winning. And any game that he doesn't win, he runs the risk of being judged. So, ever since he's been under pressure, he's won 4 games in a row. PSG on Wednesday night is going to be really difficult. Good chance for a breakaway here with Bergwijn running from the halfway line. Needs to find a pass. Goes on his own. Goes to Kane on the left-hand side. Harry Kane into the box. And he'll lose that to Kante. Is there an 8 o'clock show tonight, says Ewan Black? I wouldn't have thought so, mate, because there's so much content. They're live on the United Stand at the moment for another 45 minutes. So, and we've got fan cams to go up. So I don't think so. Where Werner looks like... No, I'm not going to read that out, Damper. Come on. If I do anything, it'll probably be a bit of Twitch gaming around 8 o'clock. Bit of FIFA. And I'll drop the link in the video description if you want to give me a follow there. Thanks for the super chats, by the way, Ewan, and everybody else who's dropped them in. Long ball into the box. Werner, I thought he was going to hit that first time. It would have been a ridiculous angle, but he thought about it and then he didn't do it. Bit of a sizing issue there. That's what she said. Give me a kiss for that United win, says Dylan. I feel a bit embarrassed, Dylan, doing that. Werner's overrated, says JD. I love Timo Werner. I think he's a fantastic player. So, yeah, I do like Werner. I think he would have been a great player for Liverpool, and I think he's a very good player for Chelsea. So we've had 22 minutes in this game because we've got to add 2 minutes on. Bergwijn's look lively. Switches the play. Terrible ball. I've just jinxed him. Damper, you can't say someone looks like that, says Big Josh. Okay. And can you imagine if Liverpool got Werner, says unknown user. And did you ever like Van Halen, Mark, says Jack McHardy. I did. You might as well. I'll tell you what, actually, because this channel is about football, but it's also about topical stuff as well. We do like to talk about other things. I said to you lot a couple of weeks ago, maybe a week ago, give me some Christmas films that are low-key good. Now, a few of you said Christmas with the Cranks. I watched it last night, and I was sat there for the first hour going, I've been trolled here. But I actually think some of you actually like it. It's crap. It is crap. As a connoisseur of Christmas films, Christmas with the Cranks is not a low-key good film. It's crap. The last half an hour was okay, but oh my God. Some of the acting in it is wooden. It's a fire hazard. Poor. Really poor. So I didn't enjoy that. I just felt like I needed to let you know. Do you think Aubameyang will start firing again, says Big Josh? I think he's too good not to be honest with you. It's a must-win game for Arsenal tonight. I think when you look at the league table... Wait a minute, Werner's down the left-hand side. Decent-ish cross. Easy catch for the keeper. I think when you look at the table... And I'm not even looking at the table. But they've got Spurs next game. They're having to play Europa League football. And at the moment, Arsenal are in 14th place. A point behind Wolves. If Arsenal don't win today, they're getting further and further behind. You know, 4th place at the moment is 18 points. So they need to win today, Arsenal, especially with that Spurs game coming up. Things could go very, very wrong very, very quickly for Arteta and Arsenal. They need, in their next 2 games, I think they've got to take at least 4 points. The Santa Claus is good, says Samuel. Muppets Christmas Carol equals best Christmas flick ever. Simple, says the Gaming Ram. Yeah, I'm going to watch that. I'm going to write it down as well. I've not watched it in years. I have watched it, but I haven't watched it in years. Good one, though. Could Man United win the Premier League? I think at the moment anything is possible. Anything is possible, but I don't think so. I don't think they can. I still think Liverpool will win it. And I think this game is really interesting. We are currently on 266,600 subscribers at the moment. So if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe at bottom right-hand corner. Let's see if we can get to 267,000 on this show. Bottom right-hand corner to do that. Obviously, this channel is for everybody to get involved in. I do the United stand because I'm a United fan. But this channel, That's Football, is for everybody. I just do, maybe 1 or 2 watch-alongs a week. Here's Son running at the back 4. On his own, lovely run by Son into Bergwijn. Oh, he slipped. I don't know whether Son should have just hit that from the edge of the box there. I'd say Spurs look the more progressive team at the moment. Doesn't mean they'll get anything, but they do look the more progressive team. I'd say on a 60-40 percentage, Spurs have probably got a slightly, 60% chance of scoring the first goal. Chelsea not really doing a hell of a lot. It's a Wonderful Life is the greatest film ever, says Sean C. I don't disagree. I think it's a fantastic film. The Girl from Elf is fit, says Jack McCarty. And Lord of the Rings or Star Wars, says Joseph Plaza. Well, we do play either or at half time, but I'd still say Star Wars. Yeah. Here's Kovacic. Massive fan of Kovacic. Really like Kovacic. Would love United to have bought him. Ziyech with the bad pass. I mean, look, the quality Chelsea have got on the pitch, they should be creating a little bit more, I think. Ziyech, Werner. See, I think Son maybe could have hit it there. Would have been hard to hit it, really, but it broke down from a slip. Ziyech's not been very good so far, says Sam Diamond. Yeah, it's been a little bit quiet, but I think that he's a quality player. He's a little bit like Bruno. You know, just because he's had a bad half an hour doesn't mean he's going to have a bad game. Lovely run by Mason Mount there. That was quality by Mount, to be fair. Skipped past a couple of people, shoots from the edge of the box. Batman Returns is the best Christmas film, says John Gray. It is definitely a Christmas film, anybody who thinks that it isn't. Ziyech is average. Arsenal quality, says Joe Stanley. After all the hype, this is going to be a 0-0 ball draw, isn't it, says Robin Young. I hope it's a draw. I don't think it will be a boring draw, but I wouldn't mind it being a draw. Why is Mason Mount loved by all managers, says Sam. He's growing on me a little bit. I always thought he was very average, but you know he's a little bit better than average. He's a decent player. Lovely play here by Spurs into Reguilon. That will be a yellow card. Definitely. Ziyech's going to get a yellow card for that. Why is the last days of November the hardest, says Damper. Got no idea. And can I ask your opinion on the comedy peep show, says Matt Tosland. I like it. Thanks for the super chats. Mark, what do you think of the new episode of The Mandalorian, says Lewis Turner. I like it. I like the way it links into past events as well. So free kick for Spurs here. I wonder if Harry Kane will hit it. It's quite far out, but it's definitely hittable. Hit it, Harry. Hit it. Do you think Stoke can get anything against Wolves today? It says Road to Dawn. I think they need to. Harry Kane shoots. It goes over the bar. Jake Mitchell says the fact that Pulisic and Havertz are on the bench for for Chelsea makes it interesting. It does, but let's not forget, you know, Spurs have got Bale and Lucas Moura, so there are decent players on the bench. There's a few cards up the sleeve of these managers, without a doubt. So half an hour gone, remains 0-0. 7-2 Spurs prediction, I say, Cully and Kenny. Well, they're going to have to go a little bit. Lovely ball by Tammy Abraham there, but Roden does well. I'm interested to watch this Roden lad, actually. Oh, what skill by Bergwijn there. Lovely skill. It's not Bergwijn, it's Ndembele. Bergwijn, I need my glasses on. Lovely skill, though. Timer is wrong by 10 minutes, I know. I just had to turn the timer on. I can't change it now. Ricky's fan cam. Matic, boss the midfield fleck. Yeah, well, we have got Ricky's fan cam coming out soon, so don't worry about that. What's my reaction to the Man United win? Awesome Gaming. Well, you can check it out on the United Stand YouTube channel. It's there, 25 minutes of it. But my reaction is I can't wait for Match of the Day. Really happy. We had to win. And, you know, it's always great when you win a game like that. I think there are some questions to answer. But, yeah, it was really just fantastic. Ezra says it's not Stoke against Wolves, it's Arsenal. Oh, he's had that one. He's been reeled in. Son into Kane, into Son. Kante with the tackle, but Bergwijn will pick it up on the far side. Reguilon's going to overlap. Bergwijn didn't really use it. Ooh. It does need a goal this game. I think that I think Chelsea are playing a little bit counter-attacky. I think Spurs are the team that are playing more high up the pitch. I think that needs a tweet as well. Sky Sports gave Fred a 5. Sky Sports don't know football. They just don't. I think Spurs have played well so far. Dylan says Kane is better than Lewandowski right now. Oh, I tell you what, Dylan, I think that's going to open up a few cans of worms. Who do you think will go to the Europa League in the season's group of death? Says Rana. What's the group of death? I need to know what the group of death is before I can tell you that. Spurs better team though, aren't I? I know I've said it a few times, but they are the better team. I'm not 10 minutes behind. My timer is 10 minutes behind. You just need to add 10 minutes on because I can't change the numbers on my timer. It's a little bit annoying. It's a good timer, but you can't change the numbers. Here's Bergwijn on the left-hand side into Reguilon. I think this game needs a goal from Spurs to open it up. Chelsea are playing very counter-attacking, and Spurs are trying to score. And I think Spurs' first goal would open the game up brilliantly. Oh, good interception there. Harry Kane nearly through on a one-on-one. Kante. Need this to be a high-scoring draw for FPL in Man United, says Shaunik. Oh, I've done fancy. My fantasy Premier League is crap today. I've got Bruno captain, but I don't think anything else went well. I had Tellez in my team. He's conceded 2. Rodriguez, Bamford. I've got Kane and Son. So, yeah, I could do with some Spurs goals. Foden got an assist as well, yeah. I could do with Son and Kane doing something, really. Corner to Chelsea here. Bit of a good run there from Tammy Abraham. Watch out. Chelsea's about. They've got a corner. They've got the most goals from corners this season, according to those stats. They've got 6. Everyone else has got 3 in the top 5. So Chelsea, decent threat from corners this season. Oh, good header away by Harry Kane. Ziyech, decent ball in. Oh, I tell you what, that was half a chance for Chilwell on his right foot. Took it down well, bounced into the box, and then headed and shot it over with his right foot. A terrible shot, actually. Not a very good shot by Chilwell, but such is life. If you give me a pink carnation. He's had a good game, Ndembele, you know. I think he's grown into this season. What do you think of Amad Diallo's appearance last night, says Roshan? I didn't see it. Ziyech has an absolute wand of a left foot, says Matt Towsland. And the timer is wrong for the millionth time. I think most of us know the timer's wrong because I've said it about 5 times that it's running 10 minutes behind. We need to get Bale on, says Homer Simpson. Well, be interesting, as I said, Pulisic and Havertz on the bench for Chelsea, Lucas Moura and Bale on the bench for Spurs. There are game changers there. Ooh, good cross in there, and Tammy Abraham I mean, Tammy Abraham back in the Chelsea team. I think that's quite a surprise for a lot of people, isn't it? Have a Ziyech with a lovely ball into Tammy Abraham here, and I mean, to be fair, Tammy Abraham's going to have to produce something pretty spectacular to flick this in because it's behind him. He tries to use his foot and it goes off his knee. It's a lovely ball by Ziyech though, and it's virtually impossible for Tammy Abraham to do anything with it. But I think people would have been surprised to see Tammy Abraham back in the team for Chelsea, starting games of this magnitude. Come on, Chelsea, Mark, swap Laka for Cavani, says Zayn Miasi. And Chelsea starting to get a little bit of momentum now. As I said, I think Spurs were on the front foot for the last sort of 20 minutes, but Chelsea starting to have a little bit more of the ball. Having said that, is Reguilon wide to Kane. Switches the play out nicely to Aurier. I'd forgotten Arsenal were playing Spurs, to be honest. Wolves tonight. 3 big Premier League games, really. Arsenal versus Wolves prediction. I think it'll be a draw, but I do think Arsenal need to win. They're in the similar boat to Man United against Southampton, so I think Arsenal need to find a win in that game, but I think it's got a draw written all over it. Wolves are a weird team. I think they're capable of losing to anybody, but beating anybody and drawing a lot. Would you take Rooney if Derby do well like Lamps, says Ben Parker? I think if he did do well at Derby, there would be strong links, wouldn't there? Because that's what happened with Lampard, and he was at Derby. So I think it would happen, but I don't know that I would do that. He'd have to do very well at Derby. Yeah, lots of injuries for United by the looks of it, Saraf. I wouldn't be surprised if Bruno has an injury. That was a bad stamp on his foot. I think he probably played on, but the swelling will come up afterwards, won't it? And obviously Danny van der Beek did get a nasty kick as well that's going to swell up. But then again, a swelling doesn't necessarily mean you're out. Timo Werner's down the left-hand side here, but Sissoko cover. I mean, you see Rodon's lack of pace there. I remember United were linked to Rodon, and I said I don't want Rodon at United because of, as good as he might be, he just hasn't got the pace. And we've already got a player like Harry Maguire at the back with no pace. So, do you watch Champions on Bleacher Report, says Lilini Desi. No. Comment the Champions to get Mark to watch it, says Matt Toastland. What is the Champions? I don't know what it is. Give me a short summary of what it is. We've got nearly 7,000 watching, so please share the video if you're watching and subscribe to the channel if you're new. Bottom right hand corner, it's free to do that, of course. FIFA Career Mode is back again tomorrow. Excited for that. What a final it was on Thursday. 17,000 watching. Champions League final. We won it, but this season is all about winning the league, and I think we can do it, but we're going to have to be on it from minute 1. We're in minute 41 of this game at the moment. Very, very equal game. I think it's going to be a very, very, very tough game for either of these teams to lose, and a massive win for whoever wins it. Oh, Sissoko slips, but Chelsea come away with it. Kante out to Kovacic, out to Ziyech on his left foot. Lovely cross to the back post. It's a little bit too high for Timo Werner. Is that Kevin Friend, that ref? I know who he is. I know him. Oh my God. I've never liked his face. I don't know the guy that much, but no, it's Paul Tierney. It's not Kevin Friend. I was going to say I didn't think that was Kevin Friend. What does Kevin Friend look like? I'm going to Google it. Kevin Friend. You need to know your enemy. He's my enemy. Oh, right. It's you. It's you. I know your face. It's like quick 10-minute cartoons, like a reality show based on the Champions League. It's absolutely top tier comedy. Please give it a try. It's priceless, says Matt Toastland. Well, there you go. I know who Kevin Friend is now. You'll all know him if you saw a picture of him. I didn't realise he looked like that. We will be playing either or at half time, by the way. I'm just going to disappear actually for a minute. Still here, just charging up my phone, like, you know. Charging up my phone. It's been a long old afternoon. We're back. So Chelsea doing the pushing here just before half time. It's been an intriguing quick chess game actually. Both teams are looking to there's not a slow pace to the game. Both teams are looking to score the goal because they know how valuable the 3 points are. And then both defences are switched on because they obviously know it's a big game to lose. But well in by Sissoko. Sorry, not Sissoko. Good cross. Headed away by Dyer. Here's Mount. So yeah, next week there will be fans at the ground for the Spurs-Arsenal game, won't there? 2,000. Tier 2 London. So if we have a look at the fixtures for next weekend, if you're in a Tier 2 place, then you can have fans in the ground. So from literally next Friday, Leeds, I don't know whether Leeds are Tier 2, but Leeds, West Ham. But then Wolves, they won't have them because they're Birmingham. Newcastle, not sure. Manchester, no. I'm looking at the wrong weekend here. Burnley, I don't know about Burnley. Man City won't. West Ham, Man United, there will be fans at that one. Chelsea, Leeds, there'll be fans at that one. Tottenham, Arsenal, there'll be fans at that one. So Liverpool, Wolves, they'll have fans as well. Chelsea's the most unbalanced team and honestly is a disgrace, says Paul Not Nice. They should get another financial fair play ban. The fact they aren't top of the table is astonishing. There you go. I don't think Paul's a big fan of them. Only 1 minute going to get added on here, so it's looking like it's going to be 0-0 at half time. Throw into Chelsea on the touchline. I hope it does end in a draw. I'm more than happy with that. Kante. Oh, he was going on one of his Kante slalom runs then. Reguilon skips past Kante. Lovely turn of pace. Ziyech pulls him down. No, was it Ziyech? Or was it Kovacic? I mean, Ziyech's on a yellow card. It's Kovacic. $85 back pain, Toby. You're not far wrong. It's bloody hurting me tomorrow. How are you feeling tomorrow, Toby, about West Ham? We've got West Ham at the weekend. I don't think I'm not gonna do a watch along for it, but I will probably will scout it. And it is half time. He's not even gonna let the free kick happen, so we can actually go straight into either or, because it was an interesting first half, but it's 0-0 at half time. I felt that they started off quite well. Spurs, Chelsea came more into it. Very 50-50 game. 0-0 at half time, and I think it's an intriguing one. It's a really intriguing one because whoever wins it, it's absolutely huge. Mahrez or Ziyech, says Momar. I mean, look, you've got to say Mahrez. I mean, Ziyech's got the potential, but you've got to say Mahrez. Bruno or De Bruyne, says Matic FC. I mean, I think De Bruyne is the better player, but right now you'd probably say Bruno, wouldn't you, based on the last few months? Mane or Sterling? Mane for me. It's a very tactical game, says Chandler. Well, the great thing about this game is that neither team manager will want to lose it, because there's a bit of rivalry there, whether they get on or not, and I don't know whether they do get on that well. I know they used to, but whatever. Neither of them want to lose this game. They're both right at the top. They both know that Man City and Liverpool are going to be firm favourites, and they will want to win the game. So, yeah. Hoiberg or Fred, says Omar. But I'm going to go with Fred. I thought Fred was fantastic second half for United today, but Hoiberg's been a good signing for Spurs. There's no doubt about that. Cavani or Van Persie, says Sufyan. Definitely Van Persie. And Vardy or Kane. Easily Kane, Zidarth. And Dembele is something else. And Dembele, I wanted to talk about him during the game, actually. And Dembele, considered a flop. I really wanted United to get him, and obviously went to Spurs. Last season was difficult for him, but he's a bit like Fred, really. Fred's first season was tough, and then second season he got better and better and better, and I think that's what's happening with Dembele. He is getting better and better and better. Haaland or Cavani? I mean, look, Cavani was great today, but let's just see where we are with Cavani in a few weeks' time. My main worry about Cavani has always been that if you look at his injury record over the last 18 months, it's appalling. There is no evidence to suggest that Cavani can play every game for the next, Man United, Spurs, Chelsea, Liverpool, Arsenal, Manchester City. We're all playing 3 games a week for 3 months. We're going to have to use wider squads. Cavani, you look at his injury record, he's going to get injured, and if he gets injured he will be out for 5-6 weeks, which will be devastating. So I agree with Ollie not starting him today, but then he's had to bring him on, and he needs to get a rest, but how and where we're going to rest him, I don't know. But I mean, look, we've got a striker in Cavani now that we've never had a striker like that. So those two, I can't wait to watch Match of the Day again, because the goals are, they're not just strikers' goals. They're easy for him, but it's the way he does it. Pulisic or Pepe? Easily Pulisic, LCT. Pele or Maradona? Maradona for me, because I just have never seen Pele play. Messi or Maguire? Says Abu. Tough one. Probably have to go Messi with that one. Mane or Salah? I've always preferred Salah, Fad, but most people, even Liverpool fans, would say Mane. Boring games is 007. Depends what your level of football appetite is. I think it's an intriguing game because I just think it's a game that neither team can afford to lose. And if you win it, it's huge. So how much do you push for the win? But then do you take the draw? It's going to be really interesting. Kane or Werner? Easily Harry Kane. And snooker or golf? Says Harry Civils. Snooker. I do like snooker. It's one of my relaxing things. Schmeichel or Cech? Says Greg. Well, easily Schmeichel. I think Schmeichel's the best Premier League goalkeeper that there has ever been. Vidic or Rio? Says Vlad. I'd always go Vidic. Yeah. So it depends which type of centre-back you want. Do you like a quick, good on the ball centre-back? Or do you want a, no nonsense, win everything in the air leader? And, run through brick walls as well. And not bad on the ball. And I'm not saying that Rio wasn't bad at, winning the ball and that, but I'd just go Vidic, yeah. Lindelof or Maguire? To be honest with you, and I don't think it's even Harry Maguire's fault, at the moment I'd go Lindelof, because Lindelof is being utilised to the best of his ability. Harry Maguire is one of the best headers of the ball in the league, and we're leaving him as a spare man on corners, and he's the spare man when people hit a long ball. He's playing like a 5'8" sweeper. We're not utilising Harry Maguire, so at the moment I'd say Lindelof is playing to the more or less to the best of his abilities. Just looking at the chances from the second half there, this Aurier shot was a better shot than I think, and a better save than it got the credit for. But Tottenham have looked to counter-attack a few times. Glazers as owners for next 100 years, or live in a world where Mrs. Brown's Boys is the only thing on the telly. God, Luke, that's a super chat and a half. I think I'd put up with Mrs. Brown's Boys if the Glazers got sacked. Then again, I wouldn't be able to watch football then, would Reguilon's a really good player. I'm happy with Telles at United, but I think Reguilon was the priority for Manchester United, and he's a very, very good player. But the problem with Reguilon is that he's a Real Madrid player, really, isn't he? Because he will go back to Real Madrid if he does well. And United obviously didn't want that to happen. Salah Ahmed says, Mata or Dan James, Matic or Fred, Van der Beek or Kovacic. I think Kovacic is a different player to Van der Beek. I do like Kovacic. Matic or Fred, Mata or Dan James. It's a tough question, that, Salah, because I don't think either of them are good enough for United. So I'd probably say Mata. Tanush says he's a Chelsea fan. You feeling confident? And Champions League or Premier League, says Said. I think that's always a good question. Would you rather win the Premier League or the Champions League? Because I think it depends on your situation. I think if you'd said to Liverpool fans last year, do you want to win the Champions League or the Premier League? They would have said the Premier League because they've just won the Champions League and they haven't won the Premier League for 30 years. I think if you said to an Arsenal fan, Champions League or Premier League, they just say we'll take either. I think if you said to Man City, they would say Champions League because they've won the league. And I think if you said to United fans, I would say Premier League because, yeah, the Champions League would be nice to win, but we don't want to go ages without winning the Premier League. So I think the Premier League, yeah. I think that would be the one for me. But it just depends on your club situation, really. Thiago or Pepe or Pogba, says Raymond Keys. I do rate Pogba. I'm not a Pogba hater. I just wish he was more fit and consistent. I think the sad thing is that United have done really well. We've won 3 games since the international break. Pogba had played 3 games for France. He was doing really well. We've won 3 games. He's been injured. So we could do with Paul Pogba being fit because we've got a big game on Wednesday. And if Bruno's got a knock and Van der Beek's injured, it's an opportunity for him. So... But, there was an opportunity for him anyway, and he picked up a knock. Michael Jackson or Elvis Presley? Oscar. Elvis Presley for me. Keane or Scholes, says Fred O'Sullivan. Keane for me. Please subscribe if you're new, by the way. Bottom right-hand corner. Nesta or Vidic, says Road to Dawn. I'm always going to go with Vidic. I'm going to go with the United player. Thank you. Prime Darren Fletcher or Prime Michael Carrick? Well... CBTV, I don't think you watched either because it's easily Carrick over Fletcher. Fletcher was good, but Carrick was way more longevity and consistent. I mean, Darren Fletcher's period of being good was quite short, really, because he got that illness, didn't he? Your take on the Southampton rough tactics today, says Salah Ahmed. I was quite surprised, actually, but, I suppose that can happen. I don't really notice it that often anymore, but there were some really tasty tackles from Southampton, and I don't think any of them were red card tackles, but they were tasty. And you don't really see that anymore. But, you don't like seeing it in a season like this where players are having to play so many games. But I'm glad we beat Southampton. I wasn't actually as impressed with Southampton as I thought they were going to be. I thought... I do think that Ralph Hasenhüttl is a really good manager, and I think Southampton are a good side, but I don't think they look like a good side today. They look like they missed Nathan Redmond and Danny Ings, and they look well organised, but I was never really impressed with Southampton today. I think we were almost masters of our own downfall. Your take, I've done that one. Vasero says, most important United player can't be Bruno. At the moment, I'd probably say Fred. I think Fred's massively important for United. I thought in the second half, he was one of the reasons we changed the game around. So, yeah, I think Fred's really, really important as well. Chilwell or Reguilon? Reguilon for me, mini stories. I like Chilwell, but I don't think he's defensively great. And Iniesta or Mark Goldbridge? Well, I think Iniesta had the marginally better career. So, I think we'd have to go with him. Neymar for Barca or Sancho? Says Selka. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. Kieran Tierney or Chilwell, says Subban. I do like Tierney. I just don't think he's... No, I do like him. I do like him. He's a decent player. So I'll probably go Chilwell. Tierney. Champions League final versus current Bayern. Prime United 99 or Prime United 07. Who are you going with? I think both those United teams would beat the current Bayern team. The current Bayern Munich team is good, but let's not forget that PSG could have beaten them in the final. It was close, and that PSG team is beatable, and I think that Bayern Munich team is beatable. I don't think that Bayern Munich team that won the Champions League is one of the greatest teams there's ever been. I don't think it's one of the greatest Bayern Munich teams there's ever been. So, Alexis Sanchez, but they are the best team in the world at the moment. They deserve that crown. Alexis Sanchez or Hazard in their prime. I'd go Hazard, Scubs, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I think most people would. Oh, the back. Oh, the back. Vinchera. Bruno or Kevin De Bruyne, and why, says that small United fan. I'd go Kevin De Bruyne because I think he's done it for longer in the Premier League and I think he's the better player. But that might not be the case because the age gap is about 2 or 3 years. So Bruno has got 2 or 3 years of consistency where he could surpass Bruno. Wow, this is a big win. It will take some time to sink in, but this comeback is special for Ollie. He's going to trust this team more, says Deepak Singh. I agree. Do you think if Bruno continues this form, he will win the Ballon d'Or, says Emery? Always difficult to win the Ballon d'Or, Emery. It's always very difficult to win the Ballon d'Or because you're up against the old Messi and, you know, I don't really think they like to give it to the Premier League players, if I'm absolutely honest with you. But I think you also need to be a team that, I think to win the Ballon d'Or, you've got to win things as well. So I don't know. But Bruno Fernandes won't be at Manchester United for longer than 2 years if United don't start competing to win things anyway. I think that is without doubt. So, but he's a fantastic player and he's doing a fantastic job. And I hope that he can win things at Manchester United, because if he can do that, we are laughing, ladies and gentlemen. We are laughing. Second half about to kick off here. Which way do we think it's going to go in the second half? Please subscribe if you're new. Bottom right hand corner. Which way do we think it's going to go in the second half? I think that I don't know. I just don't know which way it's going to go second half. I think it could go one of 2 ways. It could go 3 ways, actually. Technically, let's call a spade a spade. It could go one of 3 ways, but I think that I think it's either going to be a draw or someone's going to nick it. And I know that sounds really obvious, but it feels to me like it's got that feel to it. Spurs are going to win 2-0, says Alvin. I tell you what, if that happens, it'll be interesting. Very interesting. Koulibaly or Van Dijk? Van Dijk, easy. Not gonna lie. So, second half, please. Casemiro or Fabinho, says Anand. I mean, I don't watch a lot of La Liga anymore, so it's difficult for me to say, but I'd say Casemiro over Fabinho, I think. But I'm a massive fan of Fabinho, and I think he does show his qualities when he plays centre back as well. So I am a big fan of Fabinho. De Niro, Pesci or Pacino? Oh, it's a tough question. I mean, I'd kick Pesci out straight away. I'm going to go for one of the other ones. But, yeah, it's a difficult one, that one. Martial or Firmino, says Niddy. Martial for me. I think Man United missed Martial today, even though we won. I thought Greenwood was really rusty. I thought Rashford had an off game. And I think that Martial, whether he scores goals or not, is really, really important for Man United. Ramos or Van Dijk, says Cesar. I would always say Ramos. But I think Van Dijk has pushed him a lot. And, I'd be tempted to say Van Dijk, to be honest. Neymar or Sancho? It's easily Neymar, isn't it? Let's I think Sancho's got the potential, but Neymar is easily in the top 5 players in the world. Salah or Sancho, Rashford or Son, or De Gea or Leno? De Gea is better than Leno. Rashford or Son, it's easily Son. Salah or Sancho, it's Salah. Jose's coming out for the second half. He's up front. No, he's not. He's just taking his place in the seat. Big game for him. He'll want to get a win. I don't know why. It feels like it's been a very long half time there. Am I the only one sort of feeling that? It feels like a really long half time. And I don't know why. Players are coming out now. Get a move on. I want to have a hot bath and some tea. Who do I want to win? I want to draw. Vibaf. I definitely want to draw. What does everybody else want to win, actually? That's a good question. Who do you want to win? Chelsea, Spurs, or the draw? I want to draw. From a United point of view, draw is the ideal result. My second favourite result would be Spurs, because I think Spurs will drop points more than Chelsea. But that's only based on recent results. So I would like to see a draw. But my second result would be a Spurs win. So if anyone's going to score, I hope Spurs score first. Because then they can always get back into it, can't they? So no substitutions at half time. I'm going to get the timer bang on today. After the nightmare of the first one. There are decent subs on the bench though, remember. Lucas Moura, Gareth Bale for Spurs. Pulisic and Havertz for Chelsea. Ref's about to kick it off for the second half. And we're off. And the timer is bang on. We've got a good timer for the second half. Bada bing, bada boom. So no changes. Tight first half. Could be a similar second half. We will see. Chelsea. Kovacic driving out from his own half here. Nice little ball into Ziyech, and Chelsea coming away with it. That's a little bit of a stretch now. How many fancy Premier League points do you have? I can tell you right now. I can tell you what I'm doing right now. I'm not doing very well because I had Bamford, Calvert-Lewin and James Rodriguez, and they all played in one game and none of them got any, and it was 0-0. So, Leeds won, didn't it? So, yeah, I know I'm not doing particularly well, but Bruno is my captain, so that might be able to rescue me a little bit. I presume he'll get some bonus points as well. But Chelsea on the attack here. Ziyech, delightful cross. Werner. And they're asking for a handball there. So Bruno got 20 points because he got a goal and an assist. And he also... He will also... He's not going to get a bonus point either. Ward-Prowse got a goal and assist and he's got more points than... Bednarek is going to get more points than Fernandes, even though Fernandes got a goal and assist. Shut up, Fancy Premier League. You're talking out your backside. Anyway, 20 points for Bruno is what I'm going to get. Foden got me 4 points, but I've still got I've got all my players playing today. Actually, I've got Son and Kane playing, and I've got Tierney, Cody, and Patricio playing. And apparently Tellez is injured now. Muscle injury. So, you know, it's all going on, isn't it? This game needs a goal. This game needs a goal. Is it going to get a goal? I don't know. Cruyff or Fellaini? Oh, it's a bit like Celtic or Rangers. I just can't answer that. But lovely bit of play here. Oh, come on. Reece James cross. And I just wonder why Tammy Abraham doesn't get his head on this. I'm wondering, and I'm looking, and I'm wondering, and the cross comes in, and there's no excuse. He's got to score that. It's a lovely cross by Reece James. As a striker, that's bread and butter. He has got... It's a delightful cross by Reece James. I just don't know why he doesn't get his head on it. He does get his head on it, but it skims off. Anyone else with me? I think Tammy Abraham has to score that. If you're in the club, let me know. Sitter. I want a draw, but I want Son and Werner to score an assist or two from Chilwell. Fantasy Premier League depends on it, says Danielle. Cavani would have ate that up, says Elijah. He probably would have done, wouldn't he? Lewis says he's got to score. I'll tell you who's an interesting footballer. Sissoko for Spurs. He's an interesting footballer. He's very fast. He's very powerful. But his touch sometimes is like that of a brick wall. But a lot of managers of Spurs pick him. He's gone. It's a nice... There you go. He's got a passing range. Reece James cuts it out. Now Kovacic. Oh, that'll be a yellow card there for Bergwijn. A trip on Kovacic. Zed Twisted says Sissoko is a B-Tech Pogba. Please subscribe if you're new, by the way. Bottom right hand corner. Ermi says, is Cavani already the best number 7 since Ronaldo? And the reality is, it's not even reactionary to say that, because the records of our number 7s since Ronaldo are terrible. I mean, I did a show on this over the international break, and our best number 7 since Cristiano Ronaldo is actually Michael Owen. So Cavani, for me, probably already is our best number 7. Thanks everyone for tuning in. I don't know what my watch-alongs are this week actually, but we have got 5 days of FIFA. Very big season, season 3 of my FIFA career mode. We've got to win the league this year, and it starts tomorrow at 3:30. And I'm not going to have a day off this week. It's going to be 5 days of playing FIFA every day at 3:30. So tune in for that on this channel. Subscribe if you are new. We won the Champions League on Thursday, and we've got to win the league. Thiago Silva there with the foul. And nice switch of the play to Reguilon. Into Harry Kane on the edge of the box. Into Reguilon. And a bit unlucky there. Ends up going... Didn't go for the corner. Lovely header by Rodon there. Good player in the air, Rodon. Oh, Dyer's touch is terrible there, but he gets away with it. Ollie out, says Bruno Fernandes. I mean, I'm happy to talk about that for a few minutes while watching this game. I mean, I didn't really get a chance to talk about it on the United stand because it was my match reaction and we were doing the player ratings on there. But where does everybody stand on Ole Gunnar Solskjaer? You don't need to be a United fan. If you are, great, get in the comments and let me know. But where do you stand on Ole Gunnar Solskjaer now? Are you changing your mind? Are you willing to give him a bit more of a chance? Are you hoping for a loss? Are you not happy with today? You know, where are you? Still has to go, says Martin Liu. Ollie in, says Tristan and Gabrielle. A lot of people Ollie in, which is good to see. Few Ollie outs as well. Give him more of a chance, says Sam B. And leave it till the end of the season, says Twisted. Lovely ball into the box to Bergwijn, but he can't take it down. And Mendy's got it, and he rolls it out. Milan says he was always Ollie in. Well, you don't get a scout badge for always being Ollie in. I've had this before. I mean, I've got no problem with people questioning him. I've got no problem with people saying get rid of him and then saying, you know what, actually, I think he's done quite well. Let's give him a chance. You don't get any prizes for being consistent. It's just stubbornness, that is. But it works the other way, doesn't it? I wouldn't be Ollie out just because, I'm just going to stick by it. If there's compelling evidence to change your mind, then that's what you should do. I think before that Everton game and after the Istanbul loss, there was evidence there. He wasn't picking Van der Beek. We were playing boring football. But recently he's done quite well. And that's a nasty foul on Ndembele there. And it will be a yellow card this time for, I think it's Reece James. The club needs to commit long-term for Ollie to have major success. Booked. Long-term success at the club. Can't win anything when you're always about to get sacked, says Paul Not Nice. Yeah, but I think the club also need to see this consistency from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, don't they? They need to see a manager who is picking the team, the right team, and playing the right way. And so it does work, but it works both ways as well. But it makes the PSG game very exciting on Wednesday night. Please subscribe if you're new, by the way. We're only 100 subscribers away from 267,000. So thanks everyone for tuning in. Please subscribe, bottom right hand corner. It's free. And we've got lots of content on this channel. Everybody is welcome as well. What a ball that is by Ziyech. Werner. Is that a foul off the ball by Tammy Abraham? And he has given it, yep. All I saw is a Spurs player fall to the ground. As an Arsenal fan, I do think you need a better manager to progress and win. Might be the same with Arteta, but I still think he needs more time, says Chris Martin. A grown-up, intelligent comment from an Arsenal fan. You don't normally get those. So thank you very much for that. And fair play. I think you are right. PMV Patrick, thank you for the super chat. So we've had 10 minutes of this second half and it's gone very much like the first half. As I said, it's like a fast game of chess. I mean, you know what I would say though is we look at the empty stadia. You wonder in a game like this how much the impact of the fans would have. And I think in a game like this where it's really tight and you've got the Chelsea fans behind you, I think you do get a different game. I think it does allow Spurs to be a little bit more progressive than they maybe would be. Shout out to my friend watching. His name is Ben, says Callan Lane. I'm not reading his second name because I'm not an idiot. And bye Morningstar. Ahmed says Ollie's good enough to succeed at United by not too good to where he will get fed up with the board. Give him a players he wants and get the deadwood out and he will be consistently brilliant, says Ahmed Arman. Are you going to be finishing Outlast soon, says Salah Ahmed? I will do. I wouldn't say soon. But I will. So Chelsea got a free kick here on the far side. Who's going to take it? It's going to be Ziyech with that lovely left foot. And it's going to be headed over the bar by Ben Chilwell. And now it's a corner for Mason Mount. Headed away. Chelsea always a threat from corners, as we were talking about in the first half. They've scored more than anybody this season. And Chelsea are just starting to come into this a little bit more at the moment. This game is like listening to funerals, says Marchie. 20 legend. Would you take Phil Neville or Eddie Howe as England manager? Well, that's the same boring stuff as Southgate. I'd take Eddie Howe. I mean, what's Phil Neville done? Game's got a little bit scrappy, says Daniel Hansen. Favourite biscuit, says Shorkran. Get these sort of questions in, because these keep everybody motivated. My favourite biscuit's a hobnob. Yeah, and not a chocolate hobnob, a normal hobnob. I do like the elite sort of finest biscuits. You get a lot of them at this time of year, you know, sort of like cranberry and white chocolate. They're really nice. But a 12-month all year round biscuit for me would be a hobnob. Reeb's gone for the chocolate hobnob. I find them, just, you know, maybe I'm getting a little bit older. I find that a normal hobnob is just the right level of sweetness. The chocolate just adds another layer of sweetness, which probably when in my younger days would have been nice. But yeah. Half an hour to go in this game. Subs could be key. Guarantee Bergwijn will be the one for Spurs. 2-0 is poor. Seeing the team have belief in turning that around, we've not seen since Fergie. Character was great previously after conceding. Heads drop, says Anthony Dunn. Well, you know what though? I've got to disagree with that, because we showed this against Sheffield United around this time a year ago. In fact, it might be a year to the day. We played Sheffield United at Bramall Lane. We were 2-0 down. We got back to 2-2 and then I think we lost it at the end. No, we went to 3-2 and then we drew it. So we have come back before under Ollie, and we've shown that character before. It's not about... I couldn't give a shit about comeback ability. I couldn't give a shit about bounce back or anything like that. It's consistency. That's what we need. So yeah, the comeback was great as an individual game and I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed beating Brighton, even though we didn't deserve it. You know, I love these wins. They're great. But the biggest takeaway for me is consistency. That is the thing that really grabs me. Love the content, Mark. Keep it up, says Christify. So substitute is going to happen here. It's going to be Harry Winks coming on, I think. Yeah, no, it's not Harry Winks. It's Lo Celso. What do you think of the Walker's Max range, crisps? Hot chicken wings are so good, says the Gaming Run. The Gaming Ram. I do. I love those ridged crinkle crisps. McCoy's grilled steak. Oreos all day, Mark, says Ahmed Aman. What's your favourite biscuit? Le Celso. I always call him Le Celso. I like to sort of make up names when I don't know how it's pronounced, as many of you will already know. Good play by Kovacic. Spurs really haven't done much in this second half, and that's probably why Mourinho's looking to make a change. Good player, Hoberg, isn't he? And that's a foul. I think Mason Mount. So Lo Celso comes on. Cheese knickknacks. I used to tell you what knickknacks are. Can't you get knickknacks anymore? I used to like the spicy knickknacks. I haven't seen them in years, so maybe you can't get them anymore. Please subscribe if you're new, bottom right hand corner, by the way, and share that video. Thanks. We've got 7,500 watching, which, considering I didn't start till 12 minutes into the game, is good. Thank you for joining us on the screen. We are doing Arsenal Spurs next weekend, but there'll probably be a game before then. But it's FIFA all week anyway, Monday to Friday. The league pursuit could be over tomorrow. Oh, look at this by Kovacic. What a run. But he gets tackled. They've struggled to get at Chelsea this half, though, Spurs. And I pretty much would say that is why he's going to make the change. Scampi and Lemon footy from Tottenham, says NK. What you want for Christmas, Mark, says Ben Parker. I'd love to get hold of a PS5 now, you know. Not even for me. My nephew wants one. I can't get one. You'd have thought PlayStation would send me a free PS5. God, I've at least given them a little bit of exposure over the years. Please wish a happy birthday to Oscar Tansley, says Alex Tudor. Happy birthday to Oscar. I hope you have a good day. Lovely cross. Mark, have you watched The Queen's Gambit on Netflix? If you haven't, you should, says Kevin Go. I haven't. You know what? I'm probably going to wait until January for a lot of these things now, because if I start watching a normal series from now till Christmas, I'm not going to watch everything I need to watch. Like, there's loads of films and Christmas specials I need to start watching, so... So the sub is going to be Ndombele coming off. He's been a little bit quiet this afternoon, to be honest. There's some sad news coming out here that Papa Bouba Diop, I'm sure many of you will know who he is. He's died. Played for Fulham and Portsmouth and West Ham. I think he's had a long illness. He was only 42. So sad news there. I don't know what the illness was. But yeah, very, very sad news there. I'm sure I'm sure the world of... Oh, I'm sure most of you will know who it was. Jose signed Joa Sacramento from Lille. He is assistant manager. He's brought about a good change in Mourinho and his team. What do you think? Spot on, Depanko. I've said this a few times. Yeah. There is a United Stand Discord server that you can join, Paul Not Nice. Yeah, I will whack the link tomorrow on one of the shows. So yeah, I will sort that out. No problem. Another. I suppose it happens, doesn't it? People die, but seems to be a lot of it at the moment. Are you going to do Home Alone 1 and 2 watch-alongs, says Salah Ahmed? I'm thinking of doing... I'm thinking of it. I'm thinking about it. Favourite bag of crisps? I'm starving at the moment. I'd eat a crap pack of ready salted crisps at the moment. I don't know what I'm going to have for my tea. Might have beans on toast with a bit of coleslaw on it. I love it. I know people will say that doesn't work. It's cold and hot, but... We used to have... When I used to live in Ireland... Oh, hold on. Chilwell coming forward on the left-hand side. Little dinky cross. Ziyech over the bar. It's a big chance and he knows it. So Chelsea are actually starting to get on top here. We used to go to a pub in Ireland called Toner's for lunch, and I used to have chips, lasagna, gravy and coleslaw. Loved it. Didn't care. Loved it. Yes, Papa Diop has died after a long illness. It's breaking news. I don't know what the long illness was, but yeah. I would never eat cold beans, Corbin. God, no. I like baked beans, but I would never eat cold baked beans. Gah. Makes me want to throw up. Says the man who likes coleslaw and gravy. Anmol says, what's your thoughts on Aurier? I think going forward, Aurier is really good. I think defensively he's a little bit suspect. Alex Walker says a draw today would be ideal. The way the second half's going, and it's going quite quick, it's looking more and more like a draw. I don't think Spurs have been as adventurous in the second half as they were. Either that or Chelsea have just controlled them. Oh, Tammy Abraham is in, but he takes a bad first touch. And Ziyech, always looking. Don't let him on his left foot. To be honest, they've got a good thing going on down that right-hand side, Chelsea, because you've got Reece James, who's got a very good delivery off his right foot, and then you've got Ziyech, who's got a very good delivery off his left foot. So they can sort of come at you both ways. Irish Times wants a draw as well as a Liverpool fan. I think everybody wants a draw, apart from Chelsea and Spurs fans. From a United point of view, a draw is great because two teams above you drop points, same as Liverpool. Man City would want the same. They'll go and score now. I've jinxed it. Good block, Werner. But it's Chelsea are being more progressive. I don't want Chelsea to win. I think Chelsea are a team that can... I mean, and maybe I'm just being stereotypical, but I think if anyone's going to win, I want Spurs to win because I think Spurs haven't got the history of winning Premier League titles. I know Mourinho has, but Spurs players don't. So I would expect Spurs to drop more points than Chelsea. Whereas I think if Chelsea win this, they could keep winning. Northern Tato, yellow bag, or Southern Tato, says Anthony Dunn. Don't know what you're talking about, but as long as you do, that's the main thing. So let's just have a quick look at the next few fixtures. Of course, Chelsea are 2 points behind Spurs anyway. So Chelsea's next few games, they've got Sevilla, then they've got Leeds at home, Krasnodar, then they've got Everton, then they've got Wolves, then they've got West Ham, then they've got Arsenal. So Chelsea have got games that you would expect them to probably win over the next few weeks if they win today. Whereas I think Spurs would drop points quite quickly over the next few weeks unless they went on a Madden, because they've got Arsenal next week, then they've got Palace away, then they've got Liverpool, then they've got Leicester. So I wouldn't expect Spurs to go and win all those games. So a draw would be ideal or a Spurs win. Pulisic is going to come on for Chelsea. Ninja says that Mark Cavani is making me question my marriage. If you can choose now, tikka masala or fish and chips, says Salah Ahmed. Oh, stodgy fish and chips or a tikka masala. I think I'd probably go for the tikka masala, you know. I'll be happy with either of them. Not going to lie. Free kick here for Spurs. I haven't seen Ollie's post-match conference. Was it any good? In fact, I'll find out in a minute. I can read some of his quotes out. That's fine. Cross comes in. Flicked. Back post. Harry Kane is on the back post. Ooh, he tried to get onto that. And corner again to Spurs here. I'm just putting up Ricky's fan cam as public. I can tell you that his title is Van de Beek Different Class. I love Ricky. You know, Bruno and Cavani are the two players that actually get us the win, but Van de Beek was class. And I thought Van de Beek was very good, but it was definitely Cavani and Van de Beek and Fred. Sorry, Cavani, Bruno and Fred that won us the game. Van de Beek was a factor, but I think those three were more important. But you can check that out. It's just gone public on the United Stand channel. Chris Mark, thought you lived in Ireland for a time. Sir Anthony Dunst. Yeah, I did, but I don't know what you're on about, the northern and southern flavours. I remember potatoes. I didn't really eat them. Hunky Dories, I used to like the buffalo ones. I remember I used to eat them. I don't think I ever really liked taters. So I would go Walker's SPG, yeah. 20 minutes to go in this game. Chelsea looking the more likely to score. Not dominantly more likely. They just look the more likely to score. Ollie actually blasted Cavani for not being ready with his boots. Good. Sometimes you've got to be rough. Okay, so this is what Solskjaer said. We can have a focal point in the box. Of course, that's important for us. We've not really had that since Romelu Lukaku left. Anthony, Marcus, Mason, they're different types of forwards. With Edison, we just wanted him on. We knew it was going to be a matter of fitness, and to keep the likes of Donny, Fred and Matic on the field, I thought that was going to be important. He's not learned off me because I was ready when the game or second half started. I always had my boots tied with the right studs on. He made us wait a little bit long for my liking. We're not the same types of players, and I've not made him. He's made himself. He reminds me of Andy Cole. His movement in the box is so sharp. Great timing. Pulisic is coming on for Ziyech. Oh no, Pulisic is on for Mason Mount, I think. Chilwell's hurt himself here. Coming in at half-time, we had to make changes, and Edison Cavani made a great impact. We know he's one of the cleverest and best movers in the box. He can peel off you and get in front of you. I thought we played well all day, you know. We created some big chances, of course. They've had the quality of Ward-Prowse, which is always difficult to defend against. There you go. I'm Irish, I haven't a clue what he's on about, says Coochie. Werner's gone off, actually. Pulisic has come on for Werner. So I got rid of Werner out my fantasy Premier League team a long, long time ago. Just looking at Donny van der Beek's ankle. That ain't going to come down before Wednesday, I tell you that now. He won't be playing. I don't think. Apparently, Ollie said to Simon Stone, you don't seem happy. $15 minutes to go. Nice ball into Son in the box. Oh, he ain't going to win anything with that. And Chelsea will get rid of it. They just can't penetrate Chelsea this second half, Spurs. And I think at this point, a draw would be a good draw for them. They look good in the first half, Spurs, but second half, they're not in it. David says, in the north of Ireland, tato, cheese and onion come in a yellow and red bag. In the southern Ireland, tato in red, blue and white bag. They are slightly different flavours too. There you go. There you go. The tato mysteries are over. And the guy who voiced Darth Vader died, says Ewan. He did, David Prowse. He didn't voice him, actually. That's James Earl Jones. He wore the suit. James Earl Jones is very much alive. David Prowse wore the suit and was the physical embodiment of Darth Vader. but then they put a voice over the top of it. That person is still alive as far as I know. I'm going to Google it. So another crap game for my FIFA, my Fantasy Premier League. Another 2 players doing sod all. He's 89, James Earl-Jones, and he's fine. Spurs just knocking it about a bit at the moment. Do I think there'll be a goal, Maximilian? You just never know. This Premier League season doesn't really produce 0-0s, does it? So, he obviously doesn't fancy Gareth Bale at the moment, does he? I think Chelsea look the more likely team to score at the moment, with 13 minutes to go. Please subscribe if you're new. Bottom right hand corner. Another substitute here. They're going to chuck Giroud on for Tammy Abraham. Some might say that's a little bit overdue. Over Giroud. But Tammy Abraham is going to come off. I knew this clip would get put out there.
I took 20 seconds to calm myself down. I'd rather have Josh King than Cavani.
No, you wouldn't. You're chatting
He's
shit.
28.
Chatting shit.
No, I would rather have Josh King than Cavani because you know
You're
what?
chatting shit because you're angry. That's what you're doing.
No. I'm calming down. I'd rather have Josh King.
Calming down. You'd rather have Josh King than Cavani.
Yeah, I would rather have Josh King than Cavani, right? I'll tell you for why. Because Cavani is going to disrupt that front three. He will start games. We didn't need a starter. The only starter we needed was a right winger.
What do you think they're going to do to Josh King when in training? They're going to go, Josh King's going to be like, yo, do this, do that. Yo, and they're going to go, who the fuck are you? What have you won?
Yeah, and then they're going to go to Cavani, do this, do that, and he's going to go, I haven't took my back pills today, I can't do it, lads. I can only
They're not going to do that.
I'll tweet it out so people can see it. Good save by Lloris there. Oh, fucking hell, he hit the post. What a bloody hit. I think that's what a save that is by Lloris. Come on, give him some credit on that. Fantastic shot. I mean, just on Cavani, really. I know what I said about Cavani, so I'm not going to hide about it. I was very concerned about the signing for 2 reasons, really. One, it was just total desperation, and 2, he's got a really bad injury record. But you can almost say if he did get injured now, he's already won his 3 points. So, there's not many players for United who do that. Here's Son, decent cross. Oh, God, Mendy tipped the cross. And I tell you what, it could have landed on Reguilon's head. 10 minutes to go. The big bopper wants a draw anyway. Keep it boring. Havertz is going to come on now. I presume that will be for Mason Mount. No, it's Ziyech. Not turned his magic on today, Ziyech. Can Havertz do it? Giroud is on, Ali Jazz. And Ashley Larkham says, if it is a draw, it just shows how crucial a United win was. Exactly. Exactamondo, dude. I actually think this will end up with a draw now. Does anybody think we're going to get a winner this late in it? I don't think we will, because both teams are in that situation now where to lose it would be... It's a game you don't want to lose anyway, and you definitely don't want to lose it in the last 10 minutes. And I don't think either side is going to push the numbers forward enough to try and win it. Although you could say that Chelsea sort of are. They've got quite a lot of players forward here at the moment. I'm probably going to be playing a bit of FIFA Ultimate Team on Twitch in about an hour's time. So if you want to give me a follow on there, so you will get a notification on Twitch. It's very good, actually. You don't always get a notification on YouTube, I notice, but on Twitch they're very good at sending their notifications out. So the link's in the video description. If you want to join me for that. I'm still stuck in Division 5. I don't know what's going wrong. Chelsea have spent 200 million in 1 year and can still manage to be the most boring team in the Premier League, says Paul Not Nice. I don't think they've certainly not had loads of chances, have they? I think Mourinho's not been too it's not been too problematic to deal with them. Foul by Giroud there on a cross. Chelsea definitely pressing high up the pitch here in the last 10 minutes. Remember, Chelsea stayed 2 points behind Spurs. I hadn't realised that. So there is that little bit more impetus from Chelsea. I mean, second half attempts on goal, 6 for Chelsea, none for Spurs. It's definitely been a better half for Chelsea. Who could you see Dele ending up with next season, says Joe Stanley? I don't know. He will go, though, won't he? He won't be very happy with it. I think he played Europa League game, didn't he? But I don't think... I don't know where he'll end up. When's Pro Clubs back, says Harry Silver? I'd have to start playing it first, mate. I haven't even touched Pro Clubs on FIFA 21, to be honest. Oh, Reece James. Kovacic. Back post. Oh, I tell you what. Great header that was, but it's not over. Chilwell. Aurier on the back post. It was a lovely bit of defending because they were... I don't know who it was on the back post, but it would have been a chance for Chelsea. Probably Pulisic. Chelsea doing all the pushing here. Reece James, the back post. Pulisic and Lloris has it. Hanging on here, Chelsea. Son and Kane have been very quiet. Well, it's because I've got them in the bloody fantasy Premier League team, innit? That's basically what's happened. Remember, Spurs have got Arsenal next Sunday. I'll do watch along for that one. Hopefully it's better than this. I've been looking forward to this one. Sometimes you get this with the big games, though. They're almost... I don't think Arsenal Spurs will be like this, because Arsenal draws are no good. Arsenal need to win. But Chelsea and Spurs, so close to each other. Oh, nearly found its way through to Son there. Man, Bergwijn, I forgot he was even on the pitch. What a run by Kovacic. And Reguilon's going to get a yellow card there. Make Spurs Arsenal prediction. Mark's Spurs Arsenal prediction. I don't know, Zane, it's difficult. It's like when we're playing, United are playing City in a couple of weeks, and everyone will say, City are the favourites. But I've seen so many Manchester derbies, there's no such thing, really. In a derby, we can beat Man City. We proved that last season. United aren't better than City, but we beat them twice last year. So Arsenal could beat Spurs next week because it's a derby. You just don't know. Remember, there will be some fans in the ground as well. We're only 80 subscribers away from 267,000, so please subscribe if you're new. Bottom right hand corner. Thanks for joining in. Traore starts for Wolves, says Dara Kennedy. Yeah, he's on my bench now. He'll go and have a worldie because he's on. I've benched him, so. Time is running out on this game. Werner or Rashford? Werner. Yeah, I'm not impressed with Rashford at the moment. He just needs to simplify his game a little bit. He holds on to the ball too much. Doesn't look up. I mean, look, Cavani should have had a tap in. Imagine that would have been in the last minute and we'd drawn 2-2. Yeah, rest in peace to Papa Diop, says Unruly. We were speaking about that about 20 minutes ago. Sad news that Papa Diop has passed away after a long illness. That's just been announced in the last hour or so. Don't know why everyone's asking about the chart show. When have I ever done the chart show on a Sunday night? Think about it. It's a Saturday morning show and I didn't do it yesterday. So when it comes back, it will be coming back on a Saturday morning. Lucas Moura's coming on. What's the point? Jose is literally 3 minutes. I think he's just using up a bit of time here. Oh, tired now, but I have been streaming since, well, nearly 6 hours. We started at about 10 to 12. So it's long, isn't it, when you think about it? That's what she said. But Pavan's right. He's just closed it down a minute. It's making a substitution. But they've not shown much in the second half, have they, Chelsea? Spurs. I haven't seen the F1 yet, Scott. No, I will watch it later. I heard there was a near... it could have been a bad incident. Mark, UK office or US office, says Joey J. I would always go UK office, but I do like the US office. It's well worth getting into if you've never considered it. I really did enjoy watching the US office, but I prefer the UK. I tell you what, Joe Roden is Mr. Lucky there. He's very lucky. He went to head it back to the keeper. It was too short, and Giroud was there, and all he had to do was put it over his compatriot, and he didn't do it. You know, a player of Giroud's quality, Lloris absolutely crapped himself and thought, I'm in trouble here. Big chance. Big chance for Giroud, and he knows it. Sharathmath Fitness says Roy Keane called Fred lazy. Well, after the game, I thought he was fantastic. If he said it at half time, and Vignesh says the driver escaped an exploding car. Well, that's the safety things that they have now. Hold on. Lo Celso. Oh, what is he doing there? That was their chance. So, big chance for Giroud, and then not a bad chance for Spurs here. Bad pass out from the back from Zuma, finds Lo Celso. He goes for the shot, and he gets it all wrong. FIFA Career Road is back tomorrow, Hazib, at 3:30 UK time. We're literally in the last minute now. Zuma clears it. Eric Dyer blasts it forward. That'll be a goal kick. So 0-0. Very good result from a Manchester United point of view, a Liverpool point of view, a Man City point of view, a Leicester point of view. It's a good result for any team that's in that sort of top four race. But Chelsea will stay 2 points behind Spurs. Did they do enough to win it? Probably not. Did Spurs do enough to win it? Probably not. Not a lot more to say than that. You can check out my match reaction on the United Stand. If you want to see me playing on Twitch, the link's in the video description. Give me a follow and you'll get a notification when that happens. Not a lot to say about that game. Hoped it would be better. Certainly not the best watch along we've ever done. But thanks everyone for tuning in. And the point is actually quite good from my club's point of view after a very good result. So you can check out the match reaction for that on the United Stand. And I'll speak to you all later. Thanks for watching.